So now we're going to move to the second part of our program where we're hoping to get some discussion going between and among the panel members. And the moderators here will ask some questions. But having said that, before I do that, I know that Councilman DiBlasio is time limited and would like to ask a question before he leaves.
I'd be lying if I said it was a question.
A quick one.
Okay, thank you. First, I want to thank all the organizations who put this together. This is extraordinary. I'm sorry. Turn it on would be good. I think it's been a great experience with microphones with you. I'd like to thank the organizations that put this together. I think it's an extraordinary assemblage of folks who have had a huge impact on New York City in the last decade or two. I want to say to my two colleagues, they're absolutely people of principle. By the way, both of them, Lou and Diana, have tangled with the mayor on numerous occasions. Lou is absolutely accurate, and I've seen Diana do it on Greenpoint, Williamsburg rezoning, and many other issues, and solid waste, and you go down the list. So these are folks, when they speak from their heart, it is not because they always believe whatever Michael Bloomberg tells them. I think this discussion is powerful, because it's a discussion we need to have all over the city, and you're helping to frame it for everyone. It's a discussion that, for some reason, the mayors chose to compress into 2 weeks, which is just plain wrong. There's no parallel for that in making any decision of this magnitude. And it's time we just say the emperor has no clothes on this issue. You cannot make this kind of decision about the future of New York City without a full public discussion, and thank you to the good government groups, or at least trying to get that going in this environment. I think my central point is, and Lou Fiddler pointed out the atmosphere this has all existed in. I appreciate, even though he supports the mayor's bill, he's saying, as I feel, that this atmosphere that the mayor's created is not the right way to do things. But to me, it's a deeper question of democracy, because the whole effort was engineered at an elite level we can only imagine. Literally, to me, undermining our faith that the watchdogs out there, such as the editorial boards of the newspapers, would provide an independent voice. We know that didn't happen here. It's documented. And the notion that Ron Lauder, again, loomed larger than our body or anyone else in this city or any other interest, it says to me this has been a perverted path from the word go. And let's remember, it didn't just start in August when the mayor started talking out loud. You go back and look at the New York Post from April, the mayor's folks were polling this issue. They had plenty of time to mount a referendum for this fall and do this the right way. They chose not to. So my bottom line here, from my viewpoint, is this is a democracy question. Lou's right when he says there are pressing economic issues facing the New Yorkers in their real lives, and people are going through a lot of pain, and we'll go through more pain. But I'm a believer that you first make sure your democracy is strong, that all other good, all other possibility stems from our democracy, and I honestly feel our democracy is threatened. There has never been a moment like this. So whatever we all thought about these issues before the last few months, we all have to look at them afresh, because we've never seen a moment where a mayor had this kind of power, this kind of personal resources, was able to have the impact he's had on the newspapers and other power centers, and potentially undermine free debate and democracy in this fashion. No previous mayor could have attempted a 2-week process. Rudy Giuliani would have been under constant attack. David Dinkins would have been, who I worked for, would have been under constant attack. Ed Koch. None of them would have had the chutzpah to try this, because they did not have the economic wealth to attempt to silence debate. That's what this is all about. That's why we have to oppose it so vividly. And finally, one other just fact point. Lou made the point about pay raises, and I think that's an honest point. I would say that the difference here is profound. The pay raise issue was based on an ongoing debate. There was a commission named. There was a larger issue that had to be addressed. It was not something self-created overnight, in effect, as was the mayor's effort to change term limits. But again, thank you to everyone and this tremendous panel. I think this is the kind of debate we need in the city. Thank you.